your sight for 20 seconds, it's good as gone, and you just will not find them ever again. It's crazy. Uh, just the way everything has to be done differently in different areas and what's stressed.
Oh man,
And
I spent about 4 times the amount of time I needed to prowling this past year, because I didn't know what the hell a coolie was,
mhm.
and but I damn sure wasn't going to admit it. So so I just rode every inch of that pasture to make sure I checked everything, and I could say that I checked that coolie, and even though I don't know what it was, but I checked it by God.
What amazes me too, though, is even just like in Montana here, I haven't gone much other places. Never got the chance to. Kind of stuck around home. But like I've been all over the state, and just from like the eastern side to the western side, how things change different. Like
Oh
around here where I'm
yeah.
at right now, most of the guys, they're kind of like team ropers, got rubber on their horn and stuff. But I spent time up on the Highline stuff, and a lot of them guys are more like buckaroo influenced, slick horn and stuff. And I spent a lot of time up there, so I kind of ended up picking that up. Well, this last fall, I was in the Upper Missouri River Breaks, and that's some of the meanest country God ever made. And these guys all from around here thought I was nuts because I was sending them pictures of that country out there. They're like, "There's no way you can find a cow out there." It's like you
That's
just got to ride.
Appalachia, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's part of the Appalachian Range.
Missouri River Break.
That's up on the Rockies.
Oh, that's right. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many people do you run into up there in Montana and Wyoming that tie off?
We get a few, but most of them are like, I've actually got a couple buddies that tie off, but they're like Oklahoma transplants.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah. My dad actually, he grew up roping tied off. He's from Eastern South Dakota, but all the guys from around there kind of come up from Texas.
Oh.
So I've got like this weird thing. I was growing up, Dad had a horn knot and I was dallying and he was always picking on me. So we've always kind of gone back and forth with that.
Got a little deal.
That's pretty cool. My dad always he always rallied on rubber. I think he's maybe like growing up he probably tied off some just because that's kind of the area. You know, I guess we ought to introduce ourselves. I'm not sure if Bernie's gonna make it or not, but like I said, the conversation was getting good, and I didn't want the audience to miss out on any of it because these are my favorite. Outside of like Boots and Scott Hall and guys like that, my favorite conversations are just these bull sessions because I never know where they're gonna go. I never know what somebody's gonna be like because it's usually just like. If it's somebody that has like a real witty comment or on a, like I love a good troll game on Facebook, or like I'll just if somebody's got a cool post that kind of catches my eye, I'm like I bet they'll be pretty cool. Or if I've messaged back and forth, I don't know. I don't really have a set method of how I set these, so like I just never know what's coming in, what I'm gonna get coming in, but I kind of know where we can start because we're all at the same base level. We chase cows around on horseback all day, so it's a good common starting point. And so anyway, it's been a while since we've done a bull session. So we got Will Blasingame. You're down in Texas, right?
Yes, sir. Canyon, Texas, up the Panhandle.
Oh, okay, there's Bernie too. Looks like, and awesome. Yeah. Yep, that I know that area well. We got Marshall. What was your last name again?
It's Oland.
Oland, that's right. Oland, you're up in eastern Montana, and we got Cage Reed also down in Texas. And when Bernie gets here, I think he's down in Texas as well. So puncher heavy show, but we got Marshall up and. Up.
We got the Buckaroo. We got the Buckaroo somewhat represented.
Yeah. Can we just gang up? Can we just gang up on them? Can we just gang up on them?
That's right.
Texas, just gang up on them.
That's right.
I feel like this is karma for the other day when I was picking it fun with all the guys with horn knots. I made a TikTok the other day making fun of guys with horn knots just because I find it's funny. I don't care if you tie on or whatever. It don't mean nothing to me. But
Yeah,
it
I
always
like the
seems
good
that
shit
guys, them guys that it's always the guys that, like, if you go to their profile and they're on a 4-wheeler or something like that, those are the guys that are talking shit.
Yeah, because it's because a hand recognizes a hand. Like if you're out there and you've done it and you know how to do it, like even if you're not all that good at it, but if you know what's going on, like you don't like you talk shit to talk shit. You don't talk shit because you think you're actually right on that. It's everybody knows it. Everybody knows it's how you do things. I mean that's. Every good hand that I know is very passionate in one way or another about how cowboying works, but at the end of it, be like, I don't know, that's just how I do it.
Yeah. Well, that's the funny thing is, like, so me, a couple of them guys that are from Oklahoma, we'd ride on yearlings together and they'd tie off, and I'd have my 60-foot poly, and they'd go out and neck something, tie it off, and I'd come in and heel it, and if somebody took a picture of it, nobody ever had a phone because we'd leave our phones in the pickup. But I mean, it would be the weirdest thing you'd ever seen: guy with a horn knot and me with my fucking bridle horse and a goddamn 60-foot rope.
Yeah.
Hold on. So, you throw a 60-foot rope? You throw a 60-foot? How big are your hands? How do you hold that much rope?
I pack a 5/16. I pack a small diameter.
That's cheating. That's cheating.
I carry 60-foot. I do 5/16 and I do big coils. My hands ain't very big, so you gotta.
No, I'm tied off about 22 foot right now on my saddle.
Jeez, that's even short for me. I guess you're up there where
I also don't have that fast a horse too.
Yeah, that's right. Up here where I'm at, you can watch your dog run off for about a week.
Yeah. Like if it wasn't for the curve of the earth, like Will could see down and see what the hell my dad's doing down in.
That's right. I could holler at him and throw some smoke signals.
Yeah, he'd probably answer. He don't have much going on nowadays, so he's
There's Bernie now. I see him.
I'm sorry about that. I didn't even get that text message. And I was working on some stuff out here.
Oh, no worries, man.
He's still ranching in the dark.
We would have waited on you, but the conversation was too good, so I didn't want anybody else to miss out on it because we were already chopping it up. So I figured you could fit just slide right in, just like this young fella up here sliding into DMs. That's how Bernie's gonna slide into this conversation. What's up, fellas?
As far as that goes, I mean, I like to be tied on too. A lot of you, it's probably the best way. Sometimes you gotta knock stuff down, tie stuff down, and you're by yourself. Yeah, tied on for sure. That's how I feel. But
Bernie, are you Mexican or Native American?
I get that a lot. I'm Mexican. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm the same. They're like, are you actually? You sound white, but you're not actually white, are you? And half. So.
I got a friend who's half and half. He's half Mexican, half Apache, and he'll tell people different things just to annoy them, just to have infighting whenever people start talking about him.
Matt, you were talking earlier about the internet trolls and whatnot on Facebook. I take it you got to see that post I put on the Prairie Pimps on the bit.
Which one was it?
Oh, was that chain looking thing?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
That was gold.
Funny.
I got it into the nonviolent equestrian group, and I was there for about a whole 23 minutes, and I was removed.
See, and I
got you beat. I was in for 8.
See, I haven't trolled them yet. That's just, it's really good material. So I've been I've been taking notes on some of the particularly stupid posts, and I'm gonna do I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna do this podcast, but I'm gonna do a podcast that's just based on nonviolent equestrians.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, you let me know when you get that one going.
I will. It's I don't know. I've got a couple ideas floating around. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna organize it, but
I'll start gathering all my rainbow bits.
I enjoyed your post because it was a clever troll. I don't like there's people that don't understand what trolling really is. Like talking shit is one thing. Trolling's a whole different deal. Like you're trying to get somebody to react in a very angry way purposefully. Like you're not trying to just like call them a stupid idiot. You're trying to make them look like an idiot on their own. So like you got to be clever with how you worded it. And like so even though your picture on that the bit, which it was a bicycle or no, it was a chainsaw chain
Yeah,
on
it was
snaffle.
It was a soft chain.
But you posed it as a legitimate question, and that's the part.
I think it's a Carrie Kelly.
Yeah, and that's the troll part of it. Like it's very clever, and of course, yeah, it didn't end well for that group, but
It was great.
yeah, but then there's other guys that just come in and start just like, oh, you're a fucking moron. And it's like, see, now you're ruining the fun because now they know
like
we're
that guy that on that TikTok we made the other day where we were talking about guys tying on. There was one guy commented on there and his only response was, wow, I'm amazed you can be fat and dally. And I was like, really, that's what you're going to stoop to is fat jokes? Like you have nothing like intelligent to say?
Yeah, like
That ain't even a good joke.
No, like I love when somebody like throws a good zinger my way. Cause I'm like, oh, so because now I gotta come back like above that, and so like, and especially if it's just like those little where you're just like kind of just one off type of lines. Like I like those, and I don't know, but there's the part that sucked about when everybody started joining that nonviolent equestrian groups, because you had a bunch of idiots that just went in and started just like, rah, 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 rah. It's like, well, now they all know that we're onto this group and we're all here for some fun, and you're ruining it because now they're gonna like everything. They're gonna start banning people where before.
Well, I saw just the other day they added like, how your Burning Daylight has subgroups.
Yeah.
They just added a support group as a subgroup. No lie. I saw this earlier today.
Oh, that's
Dang.
awesome. How many of those people do you think have a emotional support peacock?
So, funny story, actually. I know somebody who I was trimming their horse's feet, and they had peacocks at their barn.
Well, they're funny stories. There actually was an emotional support peacock on an airplane.
Yeah, I seen that one.
Yeah, and that was a confirmed picture. Like several different people from that flight confirmed it, and that's something I would have never even thought to imagine.
How would one go about training a peacock?
I'm not sure. Like, do you start with Comanche and then work from there? Just
Yeah, I guess it'd be like training those pigeons,
Yeah.
I figure you'd have to start with like they use those what is it, a recorder type thing to charm the snakes.
Oh
They
yeah.
kind of got like a snake neck looking thing there, maybe start there, work from the head down,
I don't know, but I forget who sent me the video, but there was a video of some old boy, and he must have been riding like an Argentine saddle or something, but he roped a fucking giraffe. He was,
I saw that, and he kept running that slack behind himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a mutual
I never got a good look at the wood, but it was something wild.
Well, it looked like it was tied off to the cinch like those Argentines do. So, and I think that's why he was feeding that slack so much, because not so much because of the jerk, but just he's worried about the horse, but more because it's gonna break the freaking cinch rings out.
I think it is an Argentine saddle because that's off of Mutual of Omaha's movie. They had all them old ones. There's one where they rope a giraffe, there's one where they rope a bear, and there's one where they rope a jaguar.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Jaguar, I wouldn't want to be on the other end of that.
Yeah, you count me out on that one.
He tied it down, and he ties it down, and he brings it home with him.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's a different level of manliness.
And them guys ride barefoot. Like, he's riding that dang thing barefoot out there, running after this jaguar. And like at one point, it got loose and it chased him up a damn tree. And he's just running up a tree. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
That's awesome.
Any chance that y'all see that one TikTok video where that guy has that cow rope from the edge of the hill?
Oh, and he just that cow just bails off the edge.
Yeah, I posted it on that date thing there. I saw it. Said, "Dang, there's a few times you don't want a couple of things on the end of your line. That'd be one of them for sure." Yeah.
Yeah, that was wild.
I'll tell you one thing I'll miss is the videos of what was it?
The support peacock.
The Apache cowboy. You know, his
They said he died, man, and the kid was young too.
I believe it was something like pneumonia related, or he had been in the hospital.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Yeah, I see those videos. They're pretty nice. He's got some pretty good, cool stuff.
Yeah, he had good videos. That was a sure enough hand.
Yeah. He was those GoPros are amazing what you can do, and they're really well. What's that now?
I said they didn't have GoPros when I was young, but they are still something else.
Oh man, yeah. I wish. Can you imagine if guys like Boots had GoPros back in the day, oh
man.
But it shot the videos like the old timey videos too. So but it was a GoPro, but it was like, 80 pounds on top of their head.
Like a dwarf up there running the hand.
You gotta have a monkey to run your head mount GoPro.
I was up there drinking.
You'd have to have a broke fucking horse for that.
Would he ride on the shoulders or would he stand on the horse's hips? Do you think?
I'm picturing like a little platform. You've got like a neck brace, and then from there there's like a little monkey platform, so he can like look over your head and
like straddle your shoulders, hang on with his little feet.
Oh yeah, you may not even need a platform. You just give him a piggyback ride.
It looked like me riding.
You can sit on your hat pretty good.
Yeah, that'd be freaking cool to see some of those, especially like when they first started bringing cattle up north. See some GoPro footage of a bunch of fucking Sioux come charging down the hill. I mean that'd be fucking wild.
Be pretty rugged.
Yeah, I think 1883 did a pretty good job of kind of capturing some of that shit, but we don't really know without seeing like actual footage of it. So it'd be cool just to see like how close they actually got to what that would look like. But yeah, that
one of my buddies had bought one of them GoPros. He thought like we could catch us doing like cool shit or whatever. But every time we'd do something cool, we'd forget to bring the goddamn thing along.
I know. I know. I had a really cool houlihan today. We had this. We started getting some Mexican steers in, and there's one looked real shitty off the truck, and he was never even tried to look at the gate. Just didn't even try, and I was not on a real ideal horse to rope a Mexican steer on, so I was giving him every chance to find the gate, and finally I was like, well, quit being a pussy, and I just slapped a really nice houlihan on him. I was like, fuck, I wish I would have had the GoPro today, but that's how it goes.
Oh yeah, you ain't ever gonna catch real cool shit on camera. It'll always be whenever it's not around.
I know. I've deleted so many terabytes of me just like, fuck, god damn it, so close. What are you throwing at?
That was a warning, Luke.
You're gonna be real sorry here in a minute.
That's one thing about me. I suck when it comes to a branding pin. I ain't gonna lie. I can't catch anything that ain't moving.
Yeah.
So yeah, that kind of. I'll be
I had
going there and
I
I'll
had an
just
old man. I had an old man by the name of John Mans working out at Terra Rosa TR Cattle Company up in McLean, Texas. We was all branding, and it was one of my first. Probably it was the first spring I had ever gone day working. I was probably 15 or 16. I was off on my own, and I kept missing in the branding pin. And John pulled me over there, and I figured he's about to chew my ass for me not catching. And he just looked at me and he did this right here. He said, "Think about pussy." And ever since then, I've never had issues in the brand pen. You just stay loose and.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Best I've ever roped in a branding pen is when we got into the whiskey before we rode out to go gather. Just like all of the stress was gone. Like you just went in there.
Oh yeah. Well, if you was on the whiskey at some point, you was thinking about pussy.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean,
yeah, I know. I know you fellers down in Texas. You haven't had it. Hasn't been legalized over there yet. But you get a couple good puffs, the old wacky tobacco, and then you can like hear your tip just like womp, womp, womp. And yeah, it slows everything way down, and you're just like, hey, roping's kind of fun.
There was a kid I used to ride pins with. He was a bat. Like he smoked weed every day. Like we'd go to lunch and he'd disappear like out behind the horse barn, and he'd get all toked up. But I mean, and that he would get all stoned, and then we'd go start doctoring, and he would just never miss. I mean, just send it out there. Just so relaxed.
You get relaxed, and you want to talk about different shit, so you're not worried about roping at all, because you can hear your tip, and you're just like, all right, I'm right there, and just let it fly, and you're just like talking the whole time. Like that's how I am, anyways. I love it. Like and you kind of got to find the right groove, because if you're too low or too high, then you're not worth a shit. But when you find that little groove, and you can just hear that the tip of your rope coming around, I don't know. It's just, for me, it's like connected to your arm. You can just hear that sound, just whomp, whomp, whomp. Yeah, I'm on today.
That's right.
I second the wacky tobacco. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it
ain't legal, but I think it's just.
Yeah, that's all right. This is a comedy show. This is all satire, and that is my story, and we're sticking to it.
Props only.
Yeah, exactly. It's and medicinal uses, if hypothetical.
That's right.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh. What happened to that finger there, bud?
Well, when you put all your trust into Dodge, it only works so many times. Had a front end go out on me going down the highway. It sucked my pickup back to the left side and sent me up a culvert. Went to rolling, crushed that whole arm.
Oh shit!
Well, shit, you might as well start dallying now.
No, that's why I tie off now, because I can go to them team ropings and get away with tying off because I'm missing a finger.
Oh, you son of
It's on your left hand. How do you get away with that? You're right-handed, aren't you?
It's a disability, man. It's terrible.
Well, I'm retarded, but they still make me dally.
Hey, if you dream big enough, you can achieve it. I mean,
if I could just convince them just to let me tie off in the ranch rodeos, I'd really be making a killing.
You can be a heterosexual cis white male, geriatric, just pasty white dude, and still be president of the United States in this day and age. And you can shit your pants in front of the Pope, and nobody will even talk about it. And it's so you know what? It's still pretty good to be a straight white male. So just remember, folks, we might catch a lot of shit, but with in the media. But just remember, who actually runs shit?
It's the best. I love it.
Yeah. and also we're taking over women's sports too. So
that's right.
Now I can finally win something.
I have a theory on that. I feel like Leah Thomas might have been trained in the ways of the cock as far as propeller objects go. And I
Man of
really
the
think
year.
that is something that needs investigating on its own.
You know that. Yeah, that's. You may be onto something. I mean, because that dude lapped him, and then and apparently and we're gonna be politically correct here. Apparently, she walks around with her dick out in the locker room, which you know what.
I wonder if there's a lot of
that is a power move. That is a
Do you
power
think there's
move.
a lot of slap ass in the locker room?
You know he has to be, or she has to be. She's like, good game today. Yeah.
That motherfucker gets hard while he's in there.
And he's like, oh, it's the trans hormones. It's the trans hormones.
Oh, it's nature.
I mean, this guy is a diabolical. This fine lady, is a diabolical genius.
Upstanding member of society. Member of society. That's
any of y'all seen that video? It's an old Dave Chappelle skit. It's the black white supremacist. Clayton Biggs.
Yeah. Marvin Bigsby.
Clayton Bigsby. Yep.
Yeah.
So good.
You know,
so good.
I laugh about that. It's like, we all spent all of high school trying to find a way to get in the women's locker room. And then it turns out there's a loophole.
And now they don't even have to
It was
try.
that easy all along.
Yeah, I just had to say, no, I want to. And they have to let me.
Yeah.
It was that easy all along.
It's also like once the whole gay marriage stuff became legal, like the gay guys were no longer cool, because they were just like normal now, and so then like they had to just make shit up, and so now like you can be gay but not have to suck the dick. You just say like you're pansexual or something.
What started this all was when we started letting them women vote.
I know it, goddamn it. That's what I'm saying. This is why Leah Thompson is a goddamn national hero. She is taking back women's sports for the rightful owner, the men. That's Leah Thompson for man and woman of the year. You know?
Mankind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that'd be the second time that a man won woman of the year, just proving that we're better. I don't understand.
I know. How many times do we have to prove it? Like
Bruce Jenner wasn't even a woman for a year, and he got woman of the year.
But Bruce Jenner actually went out and did man shit and did it very well.
Well, they both got gold medals
before he went and got the old thing lopped off. But so I think you got to give. I don't know who's a bigger hero, Bruce Jenner or Leah Thomas. I don't know. It's a toss-up.
Bruce Jenner did it first, but Leia or whatever their name is, they did it younger before they had already.
I think it
had
needs to come
everything
down
all
to a
set away.
dick
It
measuring
wasn't as much
contest.
race.
Hey, we're all forgetting who did it first. Michelle Obama.
No. You're right.
You mean Michael?
Yeah, Michael Obama.
Oh man.
Have you seen the pictures of that woman's back? Look
Yes.
up, Matt. Look up real quick the shoulders of Michelle Obama, and tell me that is not a man.
Her shoulders are broader than any man.
This woman is ripped, yo. I mean, this woman looks like she benches 2 school buses.
She probably does.
If she wasn't a man before, I mean, their kids should be some D1 athletes with those genetics. I'm just saying.
I mean, she is built like Mike Tyson.
Without the face tattoo.
Didn't there we go. Didn't Hunter Biden bang the Obama daughter?
Molly, I don't know. I didn't hear that. That's some spicy tea right there.
Yeah.
I think there we go. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that.
Drink it in. She's yoked.
That looks like if you cropped out Obama right there and just had someone do a random guess who it is photo, My first guess would be Dwayne The Rock Johnson in a wig.
Good for Michelle. Good for Michelle. Those are strong genetics there. Like that.
That's
Those
the
are some broad shoulders. Broad shoulders. Yeah. I do give Leah Thomas the point for boldness because she's not really even trying to actually become trans. She's just saying that she's trans and then dominating, dare I say, teabagging the entire field of competition.
Right.
Yeah, I don't understand how she got more press than the runners, the track and field people. Where was that? Connecticut? That happened first. I don't know what happened. And they won gold too. I don't know how that got less coverage.
Because America's fat. We don't want to watch people run. Come on. Like they got to do something else besides run. Like run to run.
We're looking for the next Michael Phelps.
Yeah. Come on.
Maybe that's Michael Phelps' plan. Maybe he's going to come back as Michelle Phelps, win another 20 gold medals in the women's Olympics.
Then what did he retire with? Like 40 gold medals. So
48, I believe.
So he's going to come back and win another 48, but he's just going to do it all in the women's Olympics, and he's going to do it in one Olympics. He's going to win all gold medals in the women's swimming events. Like he's like, I've never even tried this event before, but I'm still going to beat you bitches.
Yeah, he might as well kick it up to 52 medals. That way, or 54, 52. That way he kicks it up to 100 medals overall. Why stop at 48?
That's true.
But what's he going to get the extra for as a man or a woman?
Well, as a woman, of course, just to prove that he's so much better. I mean, that's what he's coming back as. What the heck is he supposed to go back into the men's competition? That'd be too much work. He might actually have to train for that.
You really drive the point home to like no, we are better. Like you just you just don't stop until you've won it all. So yeah, get ready, bitches. Michael Phelps coming back, taking all your gold medals.
Better watch it. I may go out and get my Women's Pro Barrel Racing Association Pro card.
Yes.
I'd like to see all the stuff that's thrown at you if you did that while you're trying to race. So it just
I'm only gonna
tie out in the thing.
Every single one of y'all are barrel race moms in the stands. Kick.
But I want even less amount of try on the transgender part than Leah Thomas. Don't even shave.
I'm not even shaving the beard. The only try you're getting out of me is I'll put on like a good Cruel Girl pair of jeans and.
There you go.
You got to get the Dolly Parton wig.
Yeah, but I'm not going to dye the beard to match.
No,
I'll have the Dolly Parton wig with the Kenny Rogers beard.
Yeah. I actually lost a bet the other night. I had to unload trucks. We had cattle coming into the yards, and I was unloading trucks in this blonde wig. And it was like 9:00 at night when these trucks got there. And I was just acting like nothing's going on. And I got this blonde braid coming down. We got into the office to fill out the paperwork, and the guy looks at me and goes, "Jesus Christ, I thought you were the ugliest woman I'd ever seen."
Oh, we had a whole bunch of comments here in the chat. I wasn't even paying attention. So what's up, fellas? Everybody that's watching. But got a bunch of people tying off. Tying off screams commitment issues.
I would rather die than lose my thumb.
Mine's still there. I got it sewed back on once.
Yeah, I don't want to have to go to the doctor and be like, "Hey,
your man ties off." Just know he is not afraid of commitment.
Hey.
I guess I've gotten that disease from all the women I've ran around with. I had lack commitment.
I am. You must have met my ex.
Well, I'm gonna be hip with the new generation. Like I'm kind of fluid between the styles. Like I'll dally on rubber. I don't give a shit. I typically dally on the slick horn, but and if I'm feeling real lazy, I'll tie off. I don't care. I really don't care. Doesn't matter. Do your thing. Do your damn thing.
You know, y'all, I mean, I'm not sure if y'all, but we were out, I mean, something a little bit different. But we went out to go buy some fertilizer today, and since y'all were talking about Uncle Joe and his economy, last year, what we bought for granule, we paid like $345, and today we went to go get some fertilizer for our field, just a small field, $1,100. Thank you, Joe Biden.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he's gonna be high, boys.
It's gotten absolutely outrageous.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hay is pushing. I think it's over $400 a ton.
Yeah,
It's right around $400 a ton out here.
Around here, it's about 400. And then like, even like I've been caking my cows. That's $400 a ton for cake.
Shit. Yeah, it's wild how much. I hear Putin's not taking dollars or euros for payment in for his oil anymore. He's saying, no, you're paying me in rubles, bitch. So U.S. dollar's not going to be looking so hot here before too long, boys.
Time to buy that crypto.
Yep. Better get ready to start eating some beans. it's going to get tight, I think.
Yeah, I work at a 65,000 head feedlot. I won't ever run out of beef.
Yes, same here. But metaphorically speaking, yeah. Cinch up the belt, get ready to eat some beans, because it's I think shit's gonna get real expensive.
Well, last fall when all this stuff was kind of like really starting to wind up, I was gathering the Grazing Association out here in Glendive, and I was telling one of the guys out there, I said, well, if the shit hits the fan, I know I'll be good. He goes, why is that? I said, well, I know where all the springs are out here. And I said, I know where I can get beef. He goes, where's that? I said, you'll see a bunch of your hides hanging on the fence.
Hell yeah.
At least you're nice enough to leave the hide for him.
Yeah,
I mean,
shit,
I'm not a full-on thief.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, it's I've been doing a lot of reading and listening to podcasts on Weimar, Germany, and just the whole like 1920s area, and not just here, but like worldwide. And man, it seems real similar to that same area or same part of time. It's not exactly the same. Like, it's not Germany that's going through a bunch of civil unrest and trying to expand power. It's Russia now, but it's I don't know. It's I get a little nervous sometimes, fellas, but I guess.
Well, if you read history, it just seems to like repeat itself. A little different, but everything just repeats itself.
Yeah, Mark Twain said history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes.
Yeah. You saw that today on Facebook. I did too.
I actually did a whole podcast on that was the title here just earlier this week. So,
so that actually might have been where I seen it.
Did you see where Elon Musk, what was it? I think he formally challenged Vladimir Putin to a cage match.
I
Was it a
heard
cage
that on
match?
Rogan today, and that is the best. Elon Musk is there's some
there's some
shit that he does. I don't know. I don't know. Rogan was he beat a professional sumo wrestler in a sumo match at one point, and he's also just like he had probably formulated in his head how he could actually, exactly win that match. So I don't know.
He's incredibly smart.
So either way, if that's what it takes to end the Ukraine crisis, fuck it. If we got to sacrifice Elon, It's gonna suck
But
for a while,
no,
but
no,
that's
Elon's
a
going
good
to lose,
trade.
and then Putin's going to be like, all right, Ukraine's mine now with no fight. That's how that
Bro,
would go. He
Elon
would
would
absolutely destroy.
ass.
Oh, hold up. Have you seen Putin? His shoulders are vastly broader than Michelle Obama's.
Elon Musk
First
is
of all,
an alien.
okay,
Putin's
he
also
can't
like
use anything. He can't use
5'5".
any of his stuff. What's he going to do? Take his flamethrower?
He's got like 6 inches on Putin.
When he says cage match, I'm not thinking like Conor McGregor UFC. I'm thinking like Undertaker versus Mankind throwing off the top of the Hell in a
Yeah.
Cell.
Like battle bots.
Knock the ref out and use a chair.
Yeah.
Battle bots, dude.
Right.
This is war, bitch. We're not talking rules.
Yeah, playground rules. Hell no. Brass knuckles and tasers.
Yeah, and besides, this is Ukraine's guy. Elon's going in on the behalf of Ukraine. So, like, they're going to be throwing all their money that they're getting from us behind Elon, you know?
With special guest Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they'll maybe Chris Benoit will show up as a hologram, you know?
Oh goodness.
Hopefully they pick a scene where he's like in the ring beating people and not like at his house.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Chris Benoit, you know,
Anyhow,
it's been so long and I think it's still too soon.
I think so. Anyhow, I think this is like Elon has solved world peace. I've been saying this for a while. One of my early episodes of this show was like, we just need to have octagon matches instead of going to war, instead of all this bullshit bickering back and forth in Congress. If you got a problem with someone, you call them out in the cage match and you fight it out.
Oh, I'm 100% on board
rounds.
with you there. I just don't think Elon has a chance.
I think you're vastly overestimating Putin. You are reading into that Russian propaganda, dude. He's like
No, I'm just saying, I think he's stronger. And like, nothing, just the two of them in a cage match, like full on UFC style. I think Putin's got him.
The man is afraid of germs, though. Like, he sits at the end of a 20-foot table because he's afraid to get a sniffle. You think he's going to win in a cage fight?
I think he'd win.
Now, here's the question, though. If we're talking like 1985 Vladimir Putin versus today Elon, yeah, you got a point there. When he was still like a colonel in the KGB, but at this point, he has heard.
Yeah,
I mean, look at how they're doing in this Ukraine deal. Like, they're not doing all that well.
Well, that's how Russia's handled everything, though. They haven't actually been smart. They just throw a bunch of bodies at it and hope the problem goes
that
away.
is how the Russians do it. But even this time, they have, like, as far as I know, every one of their soldiers has a weapon this time, unlike World War II.
But they also have planes that they just haven't been using.
I don't know. I haven't followed it that closely, but but anyhow, but like back in when he was still like doing shit in the KGB, yeah, he would absolutely crush Elon Musk. I think you do have a point that Musk stands no chance because I don't think the fight would ever happen because Putin would poison him beforehand.
Yeah.
Because KGB and shit. And also he's got like trillions of dollars. So
well, so does Elon Musk. But like, if you gave him a 3-month training camp, right? If you gave him a 3-month training camp, I think Putin would be able to pick all that stuff up a lot faster. Regain that information faster than Musk could for the first time.
He's 69 years old, though.
How old is Elon Musk? I don't know.
He's, I don't know. Let me see.
He looked like he gained about 40 years in like 5. So I have no idea.
Well, he's trying to get to Mars, man. He's got a lot of shit on his mind. He gave me fast internet, so you don't talk shit on Elon Musk.
Speaking of fast internet, when he launched all them damn satellites, me and my buddies, we go out at night. We got a night vision.
Y'all see them too in a line?
Yeah, you want to talk about laying out in the middle of the night, in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
See lights come across there. I looked at my buddy. I was like, "Fuck, the Martians are coming."
Freaked out.
Yeah, because that was last year, almost a year to date. It was when we were it was the night before Nick Lute's wedding, because I performed the wedding ceremony, and then the next day is when I drove down. I met Boots, and we were sitting in his in-laws' yard. I was like, "What in the hell is that?" And I've got a video of it somewhere. And we're just watching. I was like, "The aliens are coming! The aliens are coming!" No, the aliens were leaving. It's Elon trying to reconnect with the home ship.
We were drunk as shit too, laying out there. We'd been drinking beer all day and then decided to go night calling. And so then these lights come across. Fuck, we were wigged out. Well, I got on Google. I was like, what is the lights in the sky?
All right, so Elon Musk is 50 years old, allegedly.
Okay.
It doesn't say. He does look like an alien.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm not disputing that. Do you?
1 second.
Look at that.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a Martian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow,
Hello.
But yeah.
Hello.
I'm on a podcast right now. So.
Transylvania.
The whole Starlink thing is awesome, though. It is so fast compared to what I had, and cheaper.
Oh shoot! My freaking phone's being quiet.
Uh-oh. We can hear you, buddy.
Matt, let me know if I lose you. I'm gonna step out.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to go. Been nice talking with you.
All right, we'll see you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. So, Bernie, you're down in Texas, right? Oh, you're on mute, bud.
Can't hear him.
Yeah, he's on mute.
Oh,
There,
shit. I
there
got
you
my
go.
beer.
There you are.
Oh,
All right,
you
so
know,
you're down in Texas.
yes, sir. San Antonio. I'd say South Texas, but anybody who lives south of San Antonio gets offended that we call San Antonio South Texas. I don't know.
Yeah,
there ain't no about it.
people bitch about anything, won't they?
Oh yeah, down in Louisiana, got some buddies, and what they call cases is from one side of the highway to the other. You know, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we're down here
So you're just
a little bit of.
Oh, go ahead.
Kind of just pretty much. I'm 38 years old. Probably been working cattle since I was like 17. Didn't want to be a cowboy. Just kind of my financial situation put me in that. And turns out I worked for an outfit that did a lot of cattle flipping. And then a couple years back, that one, the Bradford, pretty big. That market hit pretty big. Then we got in. That boss man got into that. And, you know, funny thing is, more cattle. They got more cattle, and the leases were still shitty. The fences were still shitty. So kind of just adapted and overcame. You know, it's been a long ride. You know, been out there doing what y'all do, doing what I do. A lot of things you learn, how to vaccinate a lot faster. You know, it's always about getting it done faster. You know.
Yeah, especially if you're like you're working for yourself. Yeah, time is money, so you're trying to get shit done.
Cattle too, you know, these guys are trying to make money without spending too much money, and you know, it's just been a hell of a ride, you know.
Yeah.
Working
It's
in Brad,
Oh, go ahead.
The outfit, it's funny because they had one cattle broker just driving around show barns and you know, things that would match. And well, you know, you normally don't find the best pick of the litter at the show barns. So, and there we are trying to we're either trying to cake break them or next thing you know, we're down there chasing them down.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, you'd be surprised there's a market for right now. If a man had the money and the facilities to take in about 20 to 30 head of Longhorns and just go to marketing them off to all these new rich folk migrating down here to Texas on these big lots of land for yard pets, it's just an insane profit in that, just because You know, those people, they've just got fuck it money.
Oh, I know that. It's like, well, um, Jen Hill wrote about the miniature breeds of cattle nowadays, and like that's all that is just a novelty. But it's hard to hate on somebody if they're making money on it. I was like, fuck
you know,
it, man. I guess make that money. You know, like I don't get it. I kind of hate it, but fuck it,
there's
if you're
people.
making
I mean,
money,
there's people
whatever.
making money off of it.
I mean, I've that doesn't piss me off near as much as these people stealing my money and sending it over to Ukraine or wherever the fuck else we're sending it. You know, like I'd way rather somebody like doing an honest job of cheating somebody out of their money. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
we're
okay with it because I work for somebody. I'll help him gather his little miniature herpes.
Oh,
I'm
hell,
okay with it.
you ride.
do you
ride a
ride
Shet-
miniature horses?
God no.
I'll send
I
you.
would.
You'll just get me one video of you riding him, roping.
Oh,
How
I've
I've never seen a well-mannered Shetland, but I'll
I'll
do it.
hire
I'll
a
do
midget
it.
to go out there and tie off like that bastard.
Well, if
we
Cage,
can
I tell
change
you
the
what,
Prairie Pips banner.
this is gonna be straight burning daylight content here. So I'll make you a deal, Cage. You let me and Will go down there and Bernie, and we're all gonna be riding Shetlands, and we're just gonna rope and drag the shit out of these miniature whatever breed they are, and we're gonna film it, and it's gonna be a viral video on the Burning Daylight.
Bernie, I
pages.
need you to go to Six Flags and pick us up a bunch of them foam hats.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Hey, I'm probably closer. Well, there's a Six Flags in San Antonio in there.
Yeah, there's 2 of them in Texas because we're just that bad.
Yeah.
I think the closest I've got to something like that is when I roped that. We had the neighbor across the river had a bunch of sheep that got out, and we had a ram cruising around the feedlot, and I roped that son of a bitch, and that.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't
I've
near as
roped tame
exciting
fish.
as I thought it was gonna be. You know, because I didn't know where this sucker came from, and I thought he might be kind of half wild. And now as soon as he had to hop like 3 jumps after that rope came tight, he just laid down. Fuck this, I'm done.
Yeah. I'll message the guy tomorrow. They're not mine. If they were mine, 100%, I would absolutely do that. I would have already had done it.
You just tell him that with enough views, it could be monetized and he could be making some profit. He would also.
Yeah, I was gonna say, shoot, if y'all bring him like $100, he'd probably let you do it.
$100 and he'll let me wreck miniatures.
Shit, yeah.
I bet you if you brought yourself a miniature. Now, in all fairness, I'm like 6'2", so if you bring me one, make sure it's a taller miniature.
No, sir, you're gonna be dragging feet.
You're
gonna have to pedal that bitch.
You get the smallest one just for saying that.
Oh boy, I'll get those little stirrups.
Better.
You know the stirrups that
you're getting the
minute.
You're getting a miniature mule.
No, see,
I'd rather
here's
shoot
what
myself.
we're gonna do. You're gonna ride one of those John Deere big wheel trikes, but we'll put stirrups for the pedals, and
tie off to the handlebars.
How about I just take my old rocking horse from whenever I was a kid, and we put wheels on it, and I have to rock myself.
I'm good
all
with
the
that
way
too.
down there.
I mean, it's all about the content. It's so
yes, sir.
We could do both. We could do both. You know,
yeah,
we just
I will
rotate out the minis and we keep the cattle fresh.
Yeah,
need to come down here to Paladero Canyon and get you some content in, Matt. That'd be
I know it.
pretty good country in there.
I should. God, the fuel prices and shit weren't so goddamn high right now. Like I had big plans for this year about just trying to do like weekend trips here and there and go and just like go down to like to the Amarillo area or somewhere and just go day work for a weekend and then film podcasts that at night, just get a couple of the whether they be day hands or but just like talk to the working guys after a day of punching cows and conversations. Like Zoom's awesome. It's really cool because like all 3 of you guys are in Texas. I'm here in Western Nevada, and we're talking like we're in the same room, but you still don't have that same Like it's always better like when you're sitting down with somebody to visit, and so that was kind of my plan this year, and that it's still my plan. It's just gonna be maybe not as much as I thought it was gonna be this year. So that it'll happen, but it's man,
Old
six,
Biden.
No, they don't.
yeah,
Down here, we
God,
definitely got the stake of it.
yeah, yeah. It's I don't know. Like I said, it was kind of threw a wrench into the plans. I knew you could see the fuel prices getting higher and the whole time, but then man, after this Ukraine deal kicked off, it's like fuck.
The thing that I think is going to come of it that's going to affect us the worst is like our horses. Whenever you go to sell horses, people aren't going to want to buy them because they can't afford diesel and they can't afford the gas to fill a
Oh,
trailer anymore.
the horse
And they're not going to be able
markets.
to afford hay, so they're just going to want to sell their horses off.
Hey, it is getting ready to be a heyday for the working cowboy to buy some horses, though.
Yeah,
The-
absolutely. Yeah,
the
whenever I was in
bottom of
Utah,
the
they were in
horse
a real
market
bad
is about
drought.
to fall right the fuck out.
What'll really
Yeah.
surprise you, you'll start seeing a real shortage in felt hats.
Mm,
Because 90% of not necessarily like Resistol and Rodeo King, they have custom orders, but a lot of custom hatters that I go through and whatnot, a lot of them get their pelts from Ukraine.
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, Samson Moss was I saw one of his posts the other day. He's up in Canada and he was saying that he's been like even before this deal, he was like 6 months waiting on some pelts and
I ordered a custom 100X Silver Belly about 7 months ago, and I just got it in about 2 weeks ago, but it was just everything was backed up.
mhm. Yeah. That Ukraine deal, I don't know how how their farm fields are faring right now, but like between Russia and Ukraine, like a third of the world's wheat comes out of there. So that's not real wayno.
I think in history class one time we were talking about it, and between Argentina, the U.S., and Canada, we have enough farming or ability to farm that we could feed the entire world. So I mean, it'd be more expensive for them because of shipping, and then I don't know exactly if I trust all the fellas down in Argentina and the cartel or whatever's got going on down there, or how quickly they'd be involved in farming.
I'd
were to get
trust
to
the
that point.
cartel more than I'd trust the government, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, no joke.
The cartel's at least honest with you. They're like, hey, pay us or we're gonna
cut your
I
hand
think
off.
like 80s cartel, absolutely, 100%. 90s cartel, but nowadays they just want to kill you. They're
well,
just
that's what
like
I'm
whatever.
saying, but they are upfront with it, so they're at least honest about it.
Yo, fool, I'm
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, so like, that's not that I trust them not to kill me. I trust that they will kill me if I don't give them their money.
Yeah, that's
Hey, Matt, I'll tell you what really my mind is how is the world's most powerful country relying on energy, imported energy? You know what I mean? When it's all
I
here.
know. We have it all here. That's the part that gets me is
yeah.
we have the ability, like we never would have had to put any sanctions on Russia if we could produce natural gas like we know we can. All we'd have to do is Biden could have just called to the heads of all these oil companies and be like, "Hey boys, let's start pumping because we're gonna flood Europe with cheap natural gas, and Putin will be fucked."
Yeah, no. Texas is the third largest oil producer in the world.
Yeah.
We could easily cover most of the United States, and then the Keystone XL pipeline, and there we go.
Yeah, and then in the meantime, like in a time like this, all you have to do is like, hey, pump even more, and we're gonna ship the excess to Europe, and just like throw up birds to Putin. Like that's all you have to do. Like you wouldn't even have to move any sort of arms to Ukraine. Just be like, I don't know, dude. You guys figure that out. Hey, Germany, here's a bunch of natural gas, and it's gonna be cheaper than what you're getting it from him. And by the way, fuck that guy.
I don't know if we all agree, but I mean Trump was right, but I guess what bothers what really freaks me out is how people are so stupid to blame a guy that was there for 4 years who's been right all along and not worry about an idiot that's been there for 40 years. People, I'm losing faith in the human race pretty bad these days. It
Yeah,
almost looks like it
it's
moves over.
it's a team sport, and that's what people like it. They view it as a team sport, and they don't nobody likes to switch teams, but it's not a team sport. They're like everybody there in DC is crooked as fuck, and they none of them give a shit about you. Trump happened to be a hell of a lot better than what we got now, and but they don't want to admit that because their guy's in office and because go team. Well, fuck those teams. Like, how about what's good for all of us? Like, I don't care if the guy's an asshole. If he's doing what's good for us, like let's support that until he's not. When he's not doing what's good for us, then like, hey, back off, motherfucker. Like that's how it's supposed to be.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's a lot like team sports. I remember playing baseball and stuff as a kid, and people would show up with coolers full of stuff there too.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're all on the same team. That's the problem.
Well, because they're bringing in all those votes on coolers and stuff, fucking 2 a.m.
It's us versus the lizard people in this.
That's for sure. And they don't have feelings. They just they run mathematical calculations and lick their eyeballs.
That's right. And they drink the innocent blood of babies.
Yep. Once again, YouTube, this is a comedy show.
Facebook as well.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about Facebook. I really don't. Fuck those guys. I got 21,000 followers, and one of my posts here has 3 likes. 3 likes. Posted that 15 hours ago. 3 likes out of the 21,000 people that follow my page. It tells me that I typically have about a 6% engagement rate, which means that 50 people saw that post. 50 people out of the 21,000. Yeah. Well, and actually, let me see if I can find that warning. I have a... They straight up said, like, we are no longer recommending your page to people because you have violated our terms of service so many times. Your page is at risk of being unpublished. So, fuck Facebook. Yeah, fuck them. Yeah, that...
Fuck Facebook.
It's irritating because I had 10,000 followers after a year. If they wouldn't have done any of this censorship bullshit, I think I'd probably be about 100,000 followers right now. If it was gonna grow at the rate it was, if it would have kept growing, it would have been I'd be like 100,000 followers right now. And instead, it hit 20,000, and it's been just like stalled right there for since the 2020 election. So like mid-October 2020. That's it, just stalled right there.
Well, all this new content will get that boosted.
Yeah, for sure. As soon as somebody sees it, they'll boost it. But now what platforms are you guys like? I know the cowboy world is still on Facebook because of all the groups. Like I think if it wasn't for the groups on Facebook, Facebook would be like absolutely dead.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty much all I run off of anymore. Is just that Prairie Pimps group on Facebook. We've been in that for a long time. It's grown quite a bit, but other than that,
yeah. Besides, it's like the Prairie Pimp group, and then like Bit Trader, a couple other just trading.
Cowpuncher Swap Shop.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Speaking of that, I'm trying to put together a show. I think it'd be kind of cool. You guys let me know what you think. But along the swap, you guys got stuff up for trade. Send me an email with pictures and descriptions and whatever, and all your contact info, and I'm gonna do a once a week show, and it just be
Almost
like a trade bag.
like a trade-a-thon.
Yeah, exactly. Like so, our radio station called it Swap Shop. I know there's other places that call it like Tradio, something like that. But it's strictly cowpuncher shit or buckaroo shit. You know, just cowboy stuff.
No
So
wade,
like if you,
no wades allowed.
I don't give a shit what you got, but like it's
Yeah,
I don't we don't need I mean, there was that leopard print saddle I wanted to buy, and then I wanted to tie hard on 60-foot rope and rope something really big and just yank the
Stick it
teeth
on your
right out of
mini.
it.
Stick it on the mini, and we'll go rope that mini Hereford with it.
Yeah, but something like that. And so what I was thinking is, like, if you're trading or you're looking for work, um, you know, submit for free. If you're going to sell something, or if you're looking to hire, it's like a $5 to $10 fee to do that, do a show out. And then, like I said, you send pictures, description, trade value, and you know, all your contact stuff, and then we'll put it up on YouTube as well, so people can actually look at what
I'll
you
gather
got.
all
I think
my
it'd be kind of a cool deal.
my Tom thumbs up.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
for sure. And make sure you get your that Carrie Kelly snaffle that you posted.
Yeah, I've got that one still. I haven't got it. I haven't found a trade good enough yet.
I got a horse who needs it.
I don't need nothing.
I don't need that bit right there.
But I don't know. Is that something you guys would you guys?
I think it could be a good deal. I don't know.
Yeah.
It might get pretty lengthy if you get into the day working type deal, just because, man, everybody's needing work. It's
yeah,
And nobody's hiring.
well, and see, and then we can go from there. Is like, how bad do you need work? Like if we get 200 people putting in for it, well, then it'd be like, how bad do you actually need work? $5, and that'll narrow it down a bunch. But I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool because, well, like election season is on us, and that the last time like they really cracked down on social media was election season, and the one thing they haven't shut down at all is podcasts, like, because that's a whole different deal. Is like it's depends on the person themselves. It doesn't depend on the social media platform. So, like, if you're subscribed to Burning Daylight, if you're not, you should be. But regardless of what happens on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or TikTok or Instagram, doesn't matter. I pay money to upload my shit. So as long as I'm paying money, they're gonna continue allowing me to upload my shit, and you can still hear that. So like if some guy who has all the cool trade shit but also has some spicy memes gets banned from Facebook, and you're like, fuck, I wanted to see what that guy had. Well, he might be on Burning Daylight on the on the trade bag. I think that's what I'm gonna call it, is the trade bag.
Yeah, that's catchy.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I
anyway.
definitely have some stuff I might put on that.
Yeah, for sure. So, I don't know. Say, I think I'll put it out on Friday next week, or record it on Friday. So, if you get it into me by Thursday, let's go Matt at Burning Daylight, or Matt at burning-daylight.com. I'll put a link to it. But send me your trade gear that you want listed, or if you're looking for work. And if you're a business or you're looking to sell, still email me, and we'll figure that out. I don't know. I think it could be kind of cool. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I don't know. We'll give it a shot.
I think it could be a good deal.
Yeah. So I know at least 2 of the people currently listening are from Texas, and up in Seymour, I think it's the end of April. There's a boot shop opening up there, and they're having like a whole big trade show and everything. I think it's the last or second to last April, or weekend in April. I think it's Ellen Stacy Boot.
Oh
Or
yeah.
something. Yeah, they're having like a whole big. They're gonna have vendors and stuff, street vendors, trade show.
Nice.
There's going to be a couple of people there playing music and stuff. So
Cool.
if anybody wants to
I have
make
to
it
check
out,
that out.
yeah, might have to meet up with you there.
I think what is today? Today is the 24th. So when is the 27th? Is Saturday or Sunday? Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
So they're doing a benefit ranch rodeo in Kiowa, Colorado. I think the entries are already filled on that. But it's for Casey Howell. You guys probably have seen him in the Facebook groups. But he had a pretty bad horse wreck earlier this year. He was in. I think he's out of the coma now, but he was in a medically induced coma. So they're doing a benefit ranch rodeo this weekend in Kiowa. And there's a silent auction and a whole bunch of other stuff. They're trying to raise some money. It's a GoFundMe. But anyway, what is the name of that group? It's like Hearts on Fire or some. It's a weird group name. But anyhow, I've shared it before. But if you're in the area, go check that out. Casey's a pretty good dude and well, he cowboys for a living, so probably can't afford them medical bills, so let's help him out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Matt, have you ever heard the story of my great granddad? That Blasingame I was mentioning earlier.
Briefly, and I don't recall it, so this is as good a time as any to hear it for real.
He's still, I believe, in the Cowboy Hall of Fame as the oldest ranch working cowboy. He was up till he was 97. He is there at the jail.
Oh, that's right. Yes. I did ask Boots about that. That's right. And he said he had met him, but I don't know if I recorded that or not. I know I'd asked him about it. I don't know if it made it on the podcast or not. I can't remember, but yeah, 97 years old, huh?
And what a way to go! The way he went, it was Christmas Eve. I believe it was the day after Christmas. He woke up, busted all them water tanks on his places, went up to his favorite hill where he read his Bible, stepped off his pony, laid in the grass, folded his arms, and just
Off
like
he
that.
went, huh?
Yes, sir.
Adios, huh? That's cool. That's cool as
go.
shit. Yeah. That doesn't get much better than that.
No, sir. I've got to go see that camp of his a few times. It's pretty neat, pretty ranchy shit way out there.
Yeah. Yeah, that part of the world was just kind of wild. That the Texas Panhandle, Oklahoma Panhandle, Southeast Colorado, Southwest Kansas, when the cattle boom was going on, everybody and their dog was trying to get in the cattle game, and that meant every thief known to man tried to get in the cattle game, whether they were a cowboy or not. It was big money, and then that the Oklahoma Panhandle was basically free game because it was Texas claimed it, and then the Supreme Court struck it down, but they didn't give it to Kansas, that little strip there, and so it was just like, it's not Indian territory, it's not Kansas, it's not Texas. Well, so like if you got in trouble, you just went over into the Oklahoma Panhandle and just hung out until
Called it no man's land.
Yeah, you just went out over there and hung out until shit died down. It was a wild part of the world.
Yeah, definitely a different era.
Yeah, now shit, if you drive 2 miles an hour over the speed limit across the Oklahoma Panhandle, some Okie cop with a cow catcher on his Crown Vic is going to pull your ass over.
It just goes to show that this generation, especially, I hate to say it, this generation of cowhands are just watered down, it seems like.
Yeah.
I'm offended.
You've still got good hands all over the place, but it's definitely watered down. I feel like you've got them high school kids that want to come out of there and, be a hand or whatever, and they go get a job at a feedlot from some manager that has a piece of paper that says he knows what he's doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
I feel like that's what's partially to blame for the lack of day work, because all of, that's how the wrong people get in that position and just
Yeah.
go to people wrong.
Especially in the part of the country that we're in, just because it's, just the part of the country that we're in, it's like more popular, I guess. Because you have
Right,
everybody moving
absolutely.
to Texas. Hard.
Well, the good thing is, because like back when I was in high school, like everybody was like really, really pushing like you go to college or like you're gonna be fucked if you don't go to college. Like you're never gonna like you're never gonna find a good paying job if you don't go to college. And then you find out how the world works, and you're like, yeah, you get a pretty decent paying job after you spend a whole shitload of money to get this piece of paper. And for me, like that took going and living on the wagon for a summer. That took that off the table because I got student loans to pay back,
No
joke.
joke.
So that's kind of the main reason I ended in the feedlot, because they paid a little bit better and the pay was steady and the work was steady. It's not near as fun, but it's still. So then you get to go, day work or brand on the weekends or whatever. So you kind of still get to feel like you're actually cowboying, And and then
one of the best cowboy gigs I ever had was I had a camp job over there at Phoenix, Arizona, right outside of Cave Creek, Tonto National Forest. It was kind of like a National Forest Service contract. We were out there on a ranch, but it was under a forest contract that they were allowed to graze. And so we'd go out there and rope the shit out of mavericks, But the second we tied them to a tree, them rangers would show up and throw the biggest fit.
Oh, really?
Biggest fit. You were not to fuck with the trees.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Oh yeah, I knew a fellow out there. He was a manager at one point on the ORO, and he was building fence through something, and there's a state trooper there, or not a state trooper, guard, a national or forest guard, whatever you call them.
Yeah.
And there was a big old, I think he said it was an oak, just smack square in the middle of their fence line. And of course, all the wire has to be exactly 12 inches above the ground, because if it's not, you'll get shot at or something. I don't know. I don't know how serious them tree huggers are. But he said, so that big old tree is right in the way. We're just going to cut it down, aren't we? And that forest officer went, no, you're going to build right around it. And so they had to build posts, H braces on either side of it. And they drilled down through there and set those H braces in. And right, maybe, I don't know, 6 inches he said on either side of that tree. And then just wired, kind of did a little bit of wire around it, hopefully to keep the cattle off it if anything was stupid enough to try and stick its head in there. And that state trooper come back and he said, all right, so whenever you set in those H braces, did you tear up any roots? And of course, you could see there was roots on the ground. So he said, nope, we didn't hit anything. We missed it all.
Them rangers, they're nasty to mess with. You don't want to, all kinds of deals. We spent a week and a half gathering. One time it was me and Jack Christian and Dylan McCleskey. We was out there. We packed out for a week and a half and gathered and come around, got everything pinned up, went back to the house to catch a fresh set of ponies, shower up and whatnot. And we, that the forest land, it's national property. Anybody can be out there, all the trails and stuff. We come back an hour later and every single gate at the head corrals was chained wide open.
Oh,
There had been some kind of PETA activist or whatever get in there and decide to let all those mavericks that we had spent a week and a half trailing loose.
PETA. Those are.
One about local cop around here. A buddy of mine calls me and tells me about, this one cop harasses around here. Always asks us if we, have we seen missing cattle, and like, but there's been a lot of cattle rustling around here. I said, well, I can assure you that if anybody could do it, it would be us, but it's not us. But anyway, he calls my buddy. He calls himself Cowboy too. He's the one that's in charge of all the livestock around here. He calls my buddy. He says, hey, I need to speak to Ace. So he asks Ace. He's like, are you missing a bull? My buddy Ace is like, well, shit, I missed several bulls. What's up? We always got fences down. Well, what color of bull are you missing? I mean, he's like, I just told you, could be any color, you know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, just go ahead and tell me. He's trying to keep it, to make him see if he knew what color to miss it. Well, what kind of ear tag did your bull have? My buddy's like, I mean, come on, you're talking about at least 1,000 head of cattle, maybe about 40 bulls. I don't know what kind of fucking ear tag. I don't know what color. Just tell me now, you know what I mean? Just a jackass. I guess he thought it was going to be cool. Like, I mean, if you only work one certain kind of color, I would understand. But come on, man, you're wasting my time trying to get the guessing game. That's basically what he told him. But that guy was good.
Yeah, I've got every color known to man here. So just let me know what it looks like. I'll let you know if it's mine.
Exactly, that's what he told me. To believe me, I mean, I don't want any more than I have to take, so I'm not going to try to lie and steal it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah, but at the same time, don't try to steal my shit either. Let me know what it looks like, and I'll let you know if it's mine.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just amazing when people when they get that power trip. Like, I had that whole deal last spring with the freaking Little League baseball commissioner. Nevada was pretty bad about some of the COVID restrictions, and like they tried to tell us that we couldn't have sunflower seeds at the at the Little League games, and I made some sort of smart-ass remark, and then I got reported to the commissioner, and then and then it became a whole deal, and the dude threatened to have me arrested for trespassing because I threatened to break safety policies. I was like, you're going to call sunflower seeds a threat? You're calling that a threat. And you're still going to call yourself a man afterwards. Like, you're going to call yourself a man and you're saying, I'm threatening you with sunflower seeds.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so then they pulled a so he called like an emergency meeting to have me removed as a coach. And I had the parents vote unanimously to have me stay on as coach. Like, I was like, hey, if you guys want me out, I'll step away. My little girl wasn't in that league anyways. It was my niece, and so I was like, I don't even have a kid in this league. So if you guys don't want me around, it's fine. I got other shit to do. And they're like, no, please stay. And so I took that to the meeting, and that guy got real small when I met him in person. He didn't say he talked real tough over text, but when I showed up in person, he wasn't so tough.
Oh yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah, but power trip, man. Like they no, this is my job to tell you what to do. So like, you got to listen to me because it's my job. You're supposed to listen. Like that's that power trip.
It's funny though you say that because my ex-wife was a prosecutor in Parker County. I used to live in Weatherford, about a year back. Let me tell you, that was a crooked one right there, boys. I mean, I seen it. She worked for the law, and she was a crooked one.
Yeah, it's shit gets real corrupt when you got power involved. That's like, the money's one thing, but it's the power. When they got power, that's when shit gets real corrupt.
It's funny you said we were talking about that earlier, Matt, about the high, like a lot of. That girl had so much student loan debt. I mean,
oh yeah.
And here I was, just an old boy with a trade and a little daytime, a little day hand here and there.
And I look back now, and like, I don't regret going to college at all. I learned a lot. I think college is useful to an extent. but there's a lot of value, like especially if you're kind of good with horses and you kind of know how cattle move. Like there is nothing wrong with just saying fuck school and going finding a job, whether it be at a sale barn or just going catching cows because they need
Not
somebody to.
necessarily something you could teach.
No, and it's really not. And like, but if you've already kind of got a feel for horses and cattle, like, what the hell? What's the harm in trying? You go if you got a horse and a trailer,
Yeah, I am
go
currently
catch a
doing
cow
that.
here and there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm currently doing that. I'm 19. I graduated high school last year, not because I'm stupid. It's just my birthday.
You don't
But
look a day over 11 though.
yeah, yeah. See, you can say that, but once we're all 40, once I'm 40, we'll see who's laughing then. Okay, we'll see who's laughing then.
See,
So.
this gray hair started when I was 17. I'm only 36, but
That's rough.
yeah.
My dad
But
started
hey,
balding really young.
see, I'd way rather be gray than bald, because
Yeah,
I
my
got a
dad
lot of
started
I got a
balding.
lot of gray hair, but it's all still there. And
Yeah.
besides, you'll find out as you get a little older, the older ladies are a little more fun. Like the young girls, they look a little better for the most part, but the older gals, they're pretty fun.
Go find the one with wearing all the turquoise.
Oh yeah,
No, no, but
Bernie knows what I'm talking about.
Let me just tell you, on another note, if you got big dreams, don't be in a hurry to settle down because they will slow down
Yeah.
real quick with a woman.
Well, and one thing that has been truth since probably since day one is women love cowboys, and so if you and they can also, a lot of times they can kind of sense like if you're an actual cowboy or if you're just wearing a buckle for the weekend.
Except the
And,
real pretty.
yeah,
Hey,
the real
but you
pretty, but you know what? Those ones aren't any fun anyways. They just kind of lay there.
Cowboys are hard to put up with, man. So I mean, you know how that
Yeah,
goes.
yeah,
I mean,
and no, it's I will say one thing, like like with shows like Yellowstone and stuff becoming popular, that has made cowboy and cool again, and that's a good thing because like the the ranching cowboy game was there for a while. It was kind of aging out. There wasn't a whole lot of younger guys sticking around just because there wasn't much money in it, or they didn't think there was much money in it. And then when they figure out that,
No,
well,
it's okay. You can say it. There ain't much money in it.
yeah,
well, there
there's not.
ain't, but
There's not. I'm
there's
currently living in a place that's 800 square foot. There isn't any money.
well, no, but
Oh,
there's money to be had while you cowboy, like, because
Oh
if
yeah.
you can learn how to shoe a horse, if you can learn how to braid some rawhide, if you can learn how to work some leather, like there's stuff to be made.
Oh yeah.
There's a little bit of money to be made.
Oh yeah.
It's not
If you
great,
can
but it
weld.
also beats the shit out of sitting in a cubicle. Like that
I like raising
cubicle.
them cat dogs. That's what I've been trying to turn into my little side gig, raising them blackmouth curries.
Oh yeah,
Them
yeah.
blackmouth
Yes.
bulls are fantastic dogs. Best dog I ever
You
seen.
bet.
Was
Now,
named Duke.
you ask Bobo. I've got a pretty good set of them. He's seen them work.
Yeah. Yeah. You get those suckers, they can make some fantastic head dogs. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I've been cowboy for like 20 years, but I can tell you, like 5 years into it, I was riding a whole bunch of colts, making $30, and not 15 years ago, $30 an hour, 3 hour minimum. So there's a little bit of money there. Cat jobs pay good. Get with the
You got
right
to work
people.
at it, but
Oh
there's
yeah.
money. There's money to be had if you're willing to work.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, it's not just
Yeah.
money one way, right? It's not just going and catching cows and doing only that. You have to
No,
be diverse, right? You got to be
yeah.
willing to do more stuff. You got to be
Well,
willing to do a little bit of hot shotting here and there or whatever. You
well,
know?
yeah. If you're willing to branch out a little bit and like I said, and hustle, you can do pretty well. But you're always going to be busy.
Yeah.
But there's also
Mhm.
there's also those like those big ranch jobs. Like you're not ever gonna make much, but that's why you got to work all the time. But if you're willing to work, you'll always have a job. You just won't ever have much. But but you get on those big outfits, you never have to cook for yourself. You never have to worry about paying a mortgage. It's kind of.
I don't know if you guys noticed it around your area with the day work much, but in my area, it seemed like when COVID hit, the chuck just almost died out completely.
I I didn't even really like I went to a couple Brandons during COVID, but that was kind of all the. I would day work a little bit, but I had to deal kind of a gig doctor and some yearlings for a guy, but that played out, and I don't know. I didn't pay a ton of attention. I didn't think I didn't put out an ad to ride any outside horses because I didn't think people would be able to afford it being locked down. And I was wrong on that one.
Yeah.
When those stimulus checks came out and everybody bought a fucking horse, and I was like, God damn, I'm way behind now. And so, yeah, I wished I would have played that one a little bit different, but I don't know. I haven't heard much on the day work side lately. I wouldn't be surprised if that shit kind of dries up here pretty quick though, with the way fuel prices and grocery prices are.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
I don't know. It's gotten so scarce, especially up in this area. A lot of the ranches that I can remember for years going spring and fall works on just turned into high fence elk gigs.
Mm.
Yeah.
It really surprised me how much high fence has taken over.
Oh, you think you got it bad? Let's ask our buddy down there south of San Antonio. Let's, down there.
That's some new business. That's what we're talking about being diverse. Down here, they're looking for people that can rope a cow and go guide a hunt or stuff like that. It's crazy down here.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
only got the eagles busting in on all kinds of stuff, tearing up fence too. That's another one. We work one ranch in particular down there in Bracketville that's right by the. I mean, you can throw a rock to Mexico with the train, the railroad's right behind that ranch. There's always a DPS, border patrol. We haven't ran into anybody there yet, but pretty rowdy. Now, you know what? You were talking about like finding work and all that stuff. It's crazy how the horse market, like the horse training market, has been like it's flooded with just a lot of chicks. And I hate this. I'm not taking anything away from chicks, especially Leah Thomas or whatever. But anyway,
Legend.
Horses, whatever it is. I mean, but let's be honest. It's a little tough game, but the market is flooded. You know what I mean? The market's flooded by people that are ground pinning their horses like for 370 days and trying to ask 10,000.
Did you guys see the video of the guy that was tracking? He was selling a rope horse for sale, and he was in an arena, and they'd pop that chute, and he'd go out there and throw his rope, and then just down, and there wasn't a cow there or nothing. Did anybody else see that video on Facebook? It was good. I'll have to find you and tag you in it. It was a good one.
That's funny. That's genius.
It was 4 or 5 different runs. He would go out there and run, and then just yank that horse left, dragging that empty rope.
That's awesome.
There's this little boy Weatherford that's done that. I mean, I don't even know if I want to mention any names. I mean, it's whatever. Yeah, it's crazy, man. The horse game, it's hard. It's kind of hard to make money on the horse game now because everybody's John Lyons and Pat Pirelli certified.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the old Pirelli disciples. They'll but if you can win them over, you can make some money on it.
That's right. There's a sucker born every minute.
Yep.
The way they word it too, unicorn, soft in the face.
Yeah. Yeah, but they don't even know they don't even know what soft in the face means. They just like to say it.
Done that.
Yeah. Bomb proof, kid friendly. Yeah. It's been a while since I tried to sell a horse on Facebook, but
It's a trip, let me tell you.
yeah, now like
But
I will say they've done a good job of weeding out people selling shit on Facebook because you gotta use so many fucking emojis just to try to because if you don't use the emojis to show how much the price is, then you get 900 comments. Price. If you're that proud of the horse, why don't you just post a price? I don't want to take him down, you motherfuckers. How many times do you gotta post like, hey, message me? Why do I gotta message you?
Believe it or not, Craigslist is still alive.
I know,
Yeah.
and you know what? Craigslist is probably gonna have a big comeback because
it even has an app.
Facebook. Oh, it does.
Yeah,
Craigslist has
there's
an
a
app
Craigslist app.
finally.
Yeah, that's where I got a
didn't
bunch
know
of my furniture.
Find
Well,
you a
that's a
miniature
game
pony
changer.
there.
That's a game changer. Like,
I
because
probably-
Craigslist is
I
fine
probably could.
if you're on a computer, but on your phone, Craigslist kind of sucks. But if they got an app,
Yeah, I mean
alright, well,
it's not great, but
I will admit, Craigslist website on a phone is the worst.
it's
yeah,
better than it's better than the website on a phone. I mean, it's not anything great, but it's usable.
I say it don't have to be great if it's better than the
It's
website.
Craigslist. It's never going to be great.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a Craigslist is like the internet of Waffle House.
You know,
It's very accurate. If you
I'll
go
say
to
though,
the housing,
like, see, you're too young to remember this, Cage. But back in the day, and this was a sad day when they shut down, what was it, like missed connections or whatever on Craigslist. Oh man, like you could just scroll through there and read those posts, and it was so
It was
depressing,
the modern
but
day
so
equivalent
funny.
of Reddit trolls.
Oh man, it was so good. So good.
oh, I might have to get on the Wayback Machine and see if I can find some of it.
Oh man. Go to the Chive and just search Craigslist. Was it missed connections or lost connections?
Yeah, it was missed connections.
Yeah. And so like people yeah, and so it was before Facebook where you could just like search somebody. So but instead people would be like, to the girl with dark brown hair at Albertsons. I liked your butt. I really wish I could see your butt again. Sincerely, the guy in the dark blue blazer. and then they just got more creative from there, and it
would get to be novel.
Oh man, it was so funny. Like that some really good content on missed connections, man. And then, but apparently somebody got murdered through that, and I don't know why. But,
what?
Somebody got
that
murdered.
Escalated.
Yeah, somebody got murdered, so they shut down misconnections, and that was a sad day for the person that got murdered and the rest of the world.
I met a couple of girls there. I mean, I'm not gonna, shame in my game.
Yes. How accurate was the description, Bernie?
Well, it was at nighttime, and
you don't really have to look like that time of night. It's like you don't look all that hard.
Ran through the chute. Hello.
Keep your head down and keep your head down and do your job.
Those were the good times.
Yes, sir. That's that's funny. That's funny. Oh shit. Well, where we're at, we're about a little over an hour and a half in. Let's call that good for the main show. I gotta take a leak. We'll come back and we'll tell the wildest stories for the Patreon crew. And so anyway, thanks for everybody for tuning in. And where can everybody find y'all on social media? Cage, lead it off.
I'm just on Facebook and Instagram. Cage Reed on Facebook, and then my Instagram is private because I'm tired of getting all them damn things. But yeah, just Cage Reed on both of them.
There you go. Will, how about you?
Just mainly on Facebook. You can find me just Will Blasingame on Facebook, or
Right on.
I don't even have Instagram no more. I think that's all I got is Facebook.
Shit. Old school. Bernie, how about you?
Facebook and TikTok. Got a lot of videos up there on TikTok of my 7-year-old doing little cowboy shit and a couple of cats jobs. Just a lot of stuff that, we do on a daily basis. Other than that, that's it.
Oh yeah. Well, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I appreciate you fellas for the conversation. Like I said, we'll come back. We'll tell some crazy stories for the people that pay for to listen in, and for everybody else, stop being a cheap bastard and move your ass. We're burning daylight. And boom.
Your eyes up in the morning, beneath the stars so bright. Pull your hat down, make sure your cinch is tight. Horses kinda snuffy, cold chill up your spine. You'll get your ass moving, son, we're burning daylight. Burning daylight. Burning daylight. In the saddle till the job's done right. Burning daylight. Well, life is just a gather, and you won't catch 'em all. But when you ride through the gate, make sure you sit up tall. I can see the horizon, it's looking pretty bright. Well, get your ass moving, son, we're burning daylight. Burning daylight. Burning daylight. In the saddle till the job's done right. Burning daylight. Burning daylight. Burning daylight.
Go grab something. Yeah.
I'm 21.
You're 21? Oh, man. No, I'm 38 years old. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
like you
30.
said that.
But last time we worked calves, I had